Hi, welcome to another pick a card reading. This is a love reading, so just take a moment to look at the cards and choose which cards might have a message for you. These are general messages, so not all of it may apply, and the masculine and feminine energy is not gender specific, so you can take the characters and shift them to fit your narrative. The cards that I'm using are going to be in the description box below, along with the timestamps, so you can just click on what group number you've chosen and it will go straight to that reading for you. So I hope you enjoy and see you soon. Hey, this is for everyone who chose group number 1. As always, I'm going to start off with the masculine energy and then the feminine. And don't get hung up on genders because, you just fit the storyline to the people and characters in your situation. So starting with the masculine's headspace, the Empress and the Queen of Pentacles. And straight away, the feeling I got from that is that he can't get the feminine off his mind. Just is so in awe of her capabilities to nurture and to provide and to create and to be present and to be the feeling is so intense. Like he just can't believe this type of person exists. He loves the way the feminine nurtures and is fertile and creates and draws abundance, and I feel like a lot of these feminines are mothers, and that's something that he totally adores. Perhaps it's the way you show up as a mother, and if it's not to a biological child, it can be to any sort of creation. We're all mothers in one way or another. I've just realised I haven't put my headset in, so hopefully this reading isn't too quiet. I'll try and talk a little louder. Oops, I just got started. Yeah, okay, headspace for masculine, just blown away. Blown away in love. I just keep hearing all-encompassing. Okay. So the masculine's heart space, we've got, where's this way? The Six of Wands and the Knight of Wands. A lot of Wands energy, a lot of sexual passion and energy. Really attracted, really attracted. And if the connection isn't sexual at this point, I think they all are. I can't see how they're not. But if they're not, it's just this determination to just be with, and lots of passion and excitement. And on a personal level, I feel like the masculine is rising up out of, you can see this dark heaviness, and then this butterfly rising, and butterfly is a metamorphosis, it's transformation. So it does speak about, I feel like this is multiple things, on a personal level for the masculine in the heart space, clearing out some of the old, heavier burdens that may have been held in there, and that's creating space for new loving experiences and expressions through the heart space. And also I feel like this is also in regards to how the masculine connects sexually as well. I feel like there's some transformation going on there. If the masculine was ever in unhealthy, toxic sexual patterns, that's being healed and cleared is what I'm feeling. So the way the masculine's viewing the feminine, I should really talk up. Can't believe I forgot the headset. So the masculine is viewing the feminine as having a bit of a tower moment, but holding on to stability and being grounded and holding on, maybe a little bit reserved, just a bit of a shock to the system for the feminine. Something's going on to give her a shock to the system within this connection, holding on to the connection, not wanting to let go, that's for sure. Like, definitely holding on. I feel like being grounded in some sort of chaos that's happening in her life, something that's created change and could have been quite unexpected, and she seems to be grounding herself and yeah, these are two very strong people. I mean, spoiler alert, I've got the Empress in the masculine's headspace and the Emperor in the feminine's heart space. So, you know, that's just how it's meant to be, right? It's very twin flamey, very soulmatey. We've got a lot of cards to represent that here. So, you know, there's a lot. And what do those connections bring us, if not, sorry, my language, if not a bunch of tower moments and change and foundation and trust building, and like it really brings up some of the harder lessons. But this year is very much focused on building foundations too. So I feel like the feminine's grounded during this, or grounding during this time. And I also see the Four of Pentacles as like a card of generosity and helping someone when they need it. So the feminine could be helping the masculine through his own tower moment too, considering these people are quite mirroring each other in a lot of ways. It's, yeah. Anyway, the masculine is design moving forward is the Magician and the Strength card. There's so many major arcanas here, a lot going on the internal levels, and that may be felt in all sorts of energetic feelings and just a lot of synchronicities and yeah. So there's a lot of characters represented in this reading too. I mean, we've got Libra and Aries, Capricorn and Scorpio, Leo and Taurus, Virgo, Gemini. There's a lot of, that doesn't have to resonate with you or anything, but yeah, just pointing out because there's so many major arcanas, and that does sometimes point to characters. That can be sun, moon, rising, whatever, doesn't matter. So the masculine's design moving forward is the Magician and the Strength card. So that's pulling in resources to make some courageous decisions and planning, long-term planning. I feel like, especially with that Mother of Pentacles in the headspace, that he's really thinking about the long-term plans and the longevity of this connection. And like, I don't think that he can process much more than trying to figure out the bigger picture here. But at the same time, being present and passionate and healing, and yeah, it's really nice. So moving over to the feminine's headspace. I feel like also the masculine may be also, holding back on some of his feelings perhaps, and just like trying to be strong, trying to yeah, just trying to stay grounded and not explode. So the feminine's headspace, we've got Death and the Devil in the headspace. So, you know, the masculine sees the feminine here as going through some sort of tower moment. And when we've got the Devil card, you know, I'm just thinking that there's so many different possibilities, and everyone will relate to this differently. Some feminines could be going through some codependency sort of issues and trying to transmute any of that old grabby energy, and transform that energy and come into more healthy love. It could also be the way the feminine's looking at this connection and the masculine. If the masculine is going through some addiction stuff or codependency sort of stuff, and he's trying to, you know, navigate away from that. And there's a lot of like this energy is being held space for. I don't feel like this is something that, I'm not seeing any at each other stuff. I'm seeing two people support each other through whoever it is that's experiencing this. It could be either side here, but it's in the feminine's headspace. There is, I feel like it's also some old stories that the feminine might be telling herself about this connection, and she's needing to, or not needing to, I feel like she's consciously aware of and is working on transmuting any of those old stories and allowing and staying open to what would replace that. In the heart space, like I said, that twin mirror energy, in the heart space we've got the Emperor. So Emperor, and we had the Empress up with the masculine. So it's very sweet. They both know that that this is my person. Yeah, and there's past life connection here. There's fatherly connection, as in perhaps they both have children together. There's definitely that family element, and I do feel, yeah, like young babies or children involved in this connection, and the Emperor and Empress, the two divine counterparts that seem to be working together. Oh, sorry, I'm just talking quietly again. I'm not sure if you can hear without that thing. Yeah, anyway, the feminine knows that this is her person, and that's why whoever it is that's going through, or both people, I feel like I feel like both people are going through this, releasing some old stuff, some old chains that bind, whether that's to all bodies of existence, and however that shows up, releasing and transforming that. And space is being held here because they both know who they are to each other. I feel like the feminine, if you don't have kids together, the feminine really wants a child with this person. A lot of, perhaps not everybody, but a lot of feminines really would like to have a child with that person. Otherwise, it's just that they love, if they've got children already, they love the fatherly bond and how he shows up as a father. The feminine's viewing the masculine as really fresh energy. So, like, even though there is some sort of hiccup or something, no, hiccup's probably not even the right word, but something's gone on and it's caused child moments, and it's happened so that things could be cleared, so that you can move further deeper into a healthier connection. I feel like there's a lot of communication being happening here too, so a lot of support and working together through whatever that was. But the masculine seems to be showing up with the fresher energy, like really keen to move through this and bring in anything new, and is just so I feel like a shedding has been complete, perhaps, and the masculine is just ready for the next chapter, the next phase. Really has been working on releasing that old stuff. I'm just wondering if, like, yeah, the masculine's ready to take a leap, to take a risk, to go. The feminine's desire moving forward is the Hermit and Judgment card. There's so much major arcana here, so many things going on an internal level, a lot of decisions being made, a lot of clarity and soul searching happening in regards to this connection and this choice. So the feminine feels like at this time she's going in to consider something about this connection, whether that's the connection itself, or perhaps what's come up with that devil energy that's needing to be worked through. She's sort of going within to figure that one out, or has been deeply processing, has been really seeking guidance on that one, just on an internal level. I don't feel like when you see that Hermit card and you know both these cards, it's very she's not really looking outside of herself for the answers here. She's tapping into her own. So the outcome is like, it's so sweet. It came out like this. If you can see that, the Lovers and the Sun, and anyway, the Queen and King of Pentacles, Mother and Father of Swords. Sorry. up the top. Ah, so nice. So this is a suit. This is a soulmate couple. This is a two of a kind. And so is that. Coming together and getting clear. They're putting their heads together and they're working out the logistics of this connection. They are communicating clearly. They are putting their heads together totally, and talking things out and moving through things and connecting in with their highest self's guidance and aligning with that together. And like, it's just, I see like this, yeah, that's interesting. They're really coming together on something here, and I feel like also so I'm just noticing how the feminine sword is facing down and the masculine sword is facing up, and he's got this beautiful rainbow colour that's depicted in the back of the Lovers card here. So I just, and with this you know, more fresh energy that the masculine's coming in with, it's almost like the decisions need to be made by the masculine, or the masculine is the one doing the seeking here, and the masculine seems to be the one who's giving the support, or giving the, like, the feminine's is just black and white at this point. So I feel like it to me makes it feel more internal, and anyway, but that's the outcome. So a lot of clear decisions being made. I feel like a lot of support coming in from the masculine side, but we've got that Sun card as well. So like, whew, it's burning up again. It's a very optimistic, intelligent decision being made. Like it's so clear thinking yet full of love at the same time. Like it's just, I feel like it's really balanced decisions being made, that just bring about this beautiful, joyful vitality energy. The Sun, big yes card. So yes, I've got a Journey of Love card. I'm going to read the whole thing because it is a good one. Shifting universes. You are blessed with an opportunity to change gears, to change your life, to jump on the fast train. You're invited to fling yourself off the repetitive treadmill way of life and into a dance through nature. To be utterly confused and delighted, to accept the way of divine trust, even though it's chaos, the instability that precedes all genuine creativity. So here it is, your get out of jail free card, your opportunity to make a mess and find what you didn't know you were looking for. You're being nudged. If you wish, let yourself go down the strange path opening up before you without knowing what it is. Even as you take your next step, your universe is shifting and stranger, more beautiful world beckons. Why not go that way you haven't been before? You'll find yourself there and realize you are more than what you once thought you were. This oracle holds a message for you if you are thinking of changing locations, jobs, houses, or attitudes, trying something new, especially if it's unusual for you, then the universe is supporting you. Now is time to accept what you didn't expect. Shifting universes. Sending a lot of love to the couple in this group. Hi everyone. This is for all the people who chose group number 2. I'm going to start with the masculine energy, and you can change the people to fit the narrative. It's not gender specific. So in the masculine's headspace, we've got the 8 of Wands and the 8 of Pentacles, 2 8s. So I'm seeing cycles here. What's interesting is the feminine also has an 8 in the mind, in the headspace. So some of the perhaps mental patterns are being recognized within the connection, individually and together. And I feel like there's potential to be working on these things, especially from the masculine's point of view. Any old cycles or patterns that need to be cleared, the masculine is definitely working through on a mental level. And also the masculine is working on moving this connection forward to the next level perhaps, or working on a plan to... the masculine seems to be doing a lot of work. himself and on the connection and on what's next. Like more showing up and optimism and work in the masculine's heart space with the Sun of Pentacles and the Sun card. He's showing up, he's taking the steps, he's working on what he needs to work on and clearing what he needs to clear to make this long lasting and make this healthy and all that it can be. He has a lot of faith in this connection and he is showing up to make that happen, I feel here. The feminine has how he's viewing the feminine. Five of Pentacles and the Devil. So, and the feminine's energy is more heavy in this reading. So if there's something that's come up within the connection or independently, the masculine wants to work on it and wants to work through it. He has faith that we can get past it. The feminine is perhaps in this connection going through some clearing of any toxic behaviours or attitudes or stories that she's telling herself, anything where she's feeling stuck and powerless. Perhaps she's in a place where she's feeling stuck and powerless still, and the masculine wants to help her up out of that. We could be codependence or addictions, or perhaps it's could also be tied to finances as well. I feel like there's some deeper wounds being dug up for the feminine at the moment, and she's working through those. The masculine's desire moving forward with the connection is the Three of Cups and the Ace of Wands. So he is showing up here with optimism and love, and he's he wants to show up with friendship and support her through this and get to the next, whatever's next. Like there was this energy at the start there where masculine just wants to move forward through this. He doesn't want to stay here or get stuck here, or he just has a lot of faith and is applying himself. He has a lot of optimism and joy for the connection and in hopes and just in knowing. The feminine's headspace is the Ten of Swords and Eight of Swords. So some feminines could be up in their head quite a lot at the moment about the ending of something, or scared to end something, like this devil energy. So the feminine's having a hard time letting go of this devil energy, whether it's I can't even begin to list what it could be, because there's so many things for so many people. Like, she's working on it, she's going to get through it, I can see that. She will get through it, she's going to get clarity. But at the moment, it's just so hard to let go of and figure out. Like, it's just upon her, perhaps. It's just so still in the middle of the process. So it's not... she's still unsure about how to proceed. The masculine is a guiding light here. Heart space for the feminine. More swords. We've got all swords here. So she is processing hardcore. Mother of Swords and the Two of Swords is just trying to get clear about what's right for her heart. There's some decision making happening here. What is right for her heart? She wants to choose what's right for her heart. And at the moment she's not feeling peace in her heart. So she's trying to work through what that means and what that is. And she's getting there. She's getting there. I feel like there's a lot of communication needing to be had here and being had. And seems slow moving, but happening. Some feminines here may be in contemplation if they even want to keep this connection. If it's beneficial for them, should they walk away? What should they do here? Feminines viewing the masculine as the Seven of Swords and the Hierophant. So it could be that the masculine has displayed some sort of dishonesty or sneaky behavior, and that's triggered the feminine, or she's working through some of those deeper things. It's also some masculines could be the feminine viewing the masculine as just working on how to get this marriage or relationship past this. He's being strategic and trying to figure out how to move past this together. Yeah. The masculine is showing up and being exactly what a, for lack of better words, a good partner should be. Like, he's just being there and supportive and grounded and showing up and willing to work. The feminine's desire moving forward, Three of Swords, Three of Pentacles. She wants to work together with the masculine through this, because he's, how could she not want to work with him when he's showing up in this energy? It's so supportive and touching. Even if it was him that caused the pain or not, it doesn't matter. He's just seems to be so supportive. So the feminine does want to work together with the masculine here and move through this heartache, this pain, whatever it is that's come up. The outcome is gorgeous. We've got 4 cards for outcome. So 5 of Wands, Magician. Working together through any arguments that might be coming up here, any disagreements and conflict, working together and using your resources for relationship. This could also be getting guidance outside, like relationship counseling or something like that for some people. Others just working together with the tools that they have to bring this connection back into smoother waters. And more on that, the Strength and the Lovers card. So, working together. This Lovers is working together and using their strength and using their courage and bravery and showing up together to work through it. The feminine may need more time for processing at this point, but the masculine's got her back. The masculine's there for her, holding space and allowing, and I think that's really beautiful. So, bless you. The oracle is falling. I'll read the whole story. Don't worry, you may fear you are falling, but it's just your soul diving deeper into the ocean of bliss. Are you sensing parts of your life flying away from you, out of your control, as the momentum of your divine surrender takes over and becomes more powerful than the old adhesive between you and what no longer serves? Laugh, cry, celebrate and ponder. Whether it makes sense or not, you are like a perfect ripe fruit falling from the universal tree, succulent and ready to be enjoyed for all that you are. If you wait any longer, this moment will be lost and you'll end up on the ground having to decay and go to seed in order to start the whole process again. This is not so bad, but what a shame if your sweet nectar was not to be savored by the hungry world. You deserve to be declared the most delicious, juicy fruit that ever was. So fall. You'll end up exactly where you're meant to be. This oracle contains a message for you. You're being called closer into divine union and into the fulfillment of your destiny now. It is safe for you to trust what is happening. Go with it. It might seem like you're being asked to take a leap of faith. It's the right timing for that. It's your time to give yourself in love without holding back anything of yourself. Falling. Wow. Yeah, this couple's going to make it through just fine. Whatever's going on here. And I'm sending a lot of love to this group. See you next time. Hey, this is for everyone who chose group number 3. I'm going to start with the masculine energy, and you can change feminine masculine to fit who is who in your situation. So starting with the masculine's headspace, we've got the King of Swords and the Two of Pentacles. Um, there is a bit of change going on with this within this connection. Positive change, triggering change for on some accounts, but a lot of plans being made for the future and decisions. A bit of uncertainty. The masculine is thinking about. I feel like this connection is pulling the masculine in a certain direction, and he is trying to catch up with or balance out the logic and realistic approach to this connection and how to ground it and how to create it and make it so, whatever the plan is for the future here, along with what that less logical soul pull, that synchronistic type the stuff that you can't really put words to. You just know, and it's there, and you feel it. The feels. Yeah, I feel like he's making grounded decisions here for the future of this connection. Is it perhaps in making some sort of decision? Perhaps that the decision hasn't been made yet, but he's making some sort of decision. And what guides him, like I said before, is that balancing the head and heart. That was a long way to describe it, but in the heart space, we've got this Page of Cups and the Ace of Wands, which is very soulful and creative and passionate, and it speaks of synchronicities and being divinely guided by the feels. So yeah, it's like I just feel like he's trying to make a plan here that would help to manifest whatever it is that he's feeling in his heart for this connection. He's viewing the feminine as the Four of Pentacles and the Star. Really nice. So he sees that the feminine is grounding herself through something. Something may have slightly knocked or rocked her. If there's some sort of crossroads here within the connection or within her life, she's like something sort of a little bit wobbly, but she's got her feet. I feel like I just see she's grounded. She's holding she's holding on to her own faith and her own, that connection that grounds her, that inner guidance. Also feeling the synchronicities and soul pull as well. It may be also that the feminine is working on building something from the ground up at the moment too. And so she might be quite busy with doing that. The masculine's desire moving forward is the Chariot and the Ace, the Two of Cups. So he wants to move together with. So if this connection is newer, then he wants to live with and move in with the feminine, or move in together, get a house together, or move away together, because the Chariot does talk about moving literally. Or also it could be that taking that next step, whether that's engagement or marriage, or he just wants to dive deeper further into this connection, and I can see he's making some sort of decision here for the future. So he wants to take action on that, and it's for the better of both couples here. He's wanting to drive this together with in a way that complements both of you. He doesn't want to put pressure on, or because he sees her working on her thing here, so he just doesn't want to hinder that. He's just trying. I feel like the feminine here might be really independent too, so he might be trying to figure out like how can I be of service to her. What does she need? What can I do for her? The feminine's headspace, Four of Swords and Seven of Pentacles. And she might be needing to take space at the moment to sort of I feel like she needs a bit of a reset or a coming back to center to perhaps something was being neglected and needs more of her attention. Like she might have been focused too much somewhere else, and she's needing to balance that back out and work on. Even if that's she's been so focused on being of service and working on what she's creating or the connection or whatever it is she's nurturing and showing up to, that she might be lacking a bit of self-care and needing to balance that back out. It just seems to also be a lot that's being processed. Like she's keeping busy and that's helping her, but she needs like just a bit of that gentle self-care stuff. Perhaps like a nice bath and or you know, whatever it is for you, that's that gentle yin. I'm craving a bath with candles and salts and all that myself, actually. I think I'm going to do that in the next few days. So the feminine is here and committed and showing up to the connection and nurturing it, but she's needing to nurture herself a little bit as well. So if it's a feminine listening right now, go do some of that. You know, I'm sure it's already been playing on your mind. It is in your headspace. Give you and hold space and figure out whatever it is that you're working on here. There's something that's being worked on, and there's a need for the need to hold space and be patient and stay balanced and surrender to the process. Like, yeah, that would probably be the main message of it. Surrender to the process of what's going on here. There's a lot of enlightenment to be found within this situation for the feminine, for both, but it's just a little. I feel like also I'm on the third reading now, and I can see the pattern in all the readings. So it's possible that you've had trouble picking a card, and because you might have been drawn to more than one group. Because the stories are quite similar. It does, seeing the pattern in the masculine and the feminine here, and for the feminine, she seems to be navigating something on the deeper levels, and the masculine's more holding space and just embracing her and letting her do that. It's really sweet. Heart space for the feminine, the 9 of Wands, 2 of Wands. So in this particular deck, the 9 of Wands is excited about the next step. It's a 9, it's the completion of something, but also excited about what's next. And when you've got the 2 of Wands straight after it, she is looking at the potentials of the future, perhaps feeling a little guarded about it, or unsure, uncertain, and like wanting to just slow down a little bit and process and take it all in, and not make any hasty decisions, and just she's very careful at the moment, but excited too. There's excitement in this energy. This is also it can be a card of resilience too. So there's big change coming here, and the feminine is trying to navigate that and stay balanced and continue working on what she's working on, and just okay. I resonate with that myself. The feminine is seeing the masculine, 8 of Pentacles, and the Temperance card. He is being patient and working. He's doing that background work. He's holding space and he's supporting, and he's staying balanced, and he's being effective where he can be effective, and he's trying to master some. Perhaps he's trying to master temperance and balance in itself. He's perhaps trying to make healthier decisions and stick to those decisions, and is really giving it a good go. Whatever it is that he's working on here, I feel like he's giving it an extra, like he means at this time or something, and that could be, yeah. I also see that the feminine is looking at the masculine as he's working hard on showing up in just all the different ways. Like, I can't attribute it to one any which way, because he's showing up and holding space and supporting the feminine, but he's also showing up and making the changes in his own life that again supports the feminine. He's just working hard on making things better and following his heart and believing in his heart again. And if he'd stopped doing that, I'm not sure why I said again, that might apply to some people, but the feminine's desire moving forward is the Hanged Man and the Lovers. So she is she's trying to, yes, taking this time to get clear on what this connection means, and I feel like a lot of surrendering energy here. Like, she's just needing to. But if it's finding it really hard for the feminine to surrender in the situation, that's why it's so important to practice some of this self-love stuff to help you process it. Whatever it is that helps you push stuff through you, and embracing new ideas and new ways of relating and connecting. I feel like the feminine is sort of, just going through some sort of releasing process so that she can embrace more of this connection. And at the moment it's perhaps being experienced as a discomfort, but that's not going to be always that way. So just up the self-love and you'll manage this discomfort. But I feel like you're coming out on top. There's a lot of rebirth happening here within the connection, or that's what the feminine desires moving forward. She wants to get past and let go of whatever it is that's been hard. Whatever it's perhaps made her want to protect her heart. And the outcome position is, again, 4 cards wanted to come out. Alright, how am I going to do this? Wish I was an octopus. Right. Woo. That way? Yeah, that'll do. Okay, Death card, 3 of Cups, the Sun, and the 9 of Pentacles. Such, like, hopeful, blissful, transformative, coming out of something hard and into something abundant and beautiful energy, right? So starting with these two, transforming the friendship in the connection, perhaps, surrendering something so that this connection can be experienced more deeply or embraced more deeply. And I'm seeing that again here in a way. Something needs to transform and transmute so that more friendship can come in, and that's what will happen. Like, whatever this is that is being released or being processed will only result in a deeper connection and more closeness. 9 of Pentacles in the Sun card. I'm just seeing here also that there is potential for another storyline here within the feminine. And it could be that she is contemplating this connection entirely. Especially when I see this, like, transforming perhaps the connection into just friendship, if she's looking to step back from the connection. And this is a single lady card, and perhaps she's looking at just her own happiness. And not sure about how to go about ending the depth of the connection and becoming just friends, if that applies to some feminines. If that applies, like, she's in contemplation of the connection as well. So that's another storyline that's just, I'm being told to, before I jump too quickly to the end here, that may apply. But anyway, that not being the case, this is also content within the connection, and the rebirth, the change, whatever happens, the change in the dynamic here, whether that's moving from lovers to friends or bringing more friendship into the lovers connection, bringing more joy, bringing more happiness, content, abundant, all the good stuff. We've got Pentacles, we've got Cups. That's grounded emotions. We've got two major arcanas, death and the sun. It's transforming something into something more positive, something that brings more. There's a oracle card, Spiral of the Dance Goddess. I'll just read the bottom of it because it's quite a long one. The message of this oracle to you is that you are growing. You are bringing more of your light into form. You may be meeting obstacles in yourself and in the world, but this is because you are bringing through the light. If there was nothing happening, there would be no obstacle. Bless them as signs that you are proceeding and empower them no more. You shall be. All else is just divine timing. So there's a lot of trust needing to be had here. I do feel like it was a very small number of feminines that are wanting to leave up out of the connection, because that was just perhaps for one or two people there, but because there is a lot of hope and a lot of excitement and showing up and nurturing here too. So everyone will be a little different. I hope you enjoyed that. I look forward to bringing another one soon. Bye.